Hello，你哋大家好。今日咧，我哋又嚟 Carlos 嘅公司。咁上個禮拜咧，我哋講咗一個最新嘅新聞。咁咧大部分人咧都投訴咧啲收音唔係咁好。咁我哋今日咧就重新再嚟個錄影我哋葡萄牙移民嘅最新消息。咁係關於收費嘅。So we had the latest news last week about the payment of residence card. Can we explain to people very clearly what it means? Because the sound was terrible and unfortunately I was running out of time, so we're now going to record it again.
Okay.
And you're going to have some tips on telling our audience of how to avoid this payment. And it's a very big shock to people， 即係大家都好震驚嘅，因為關於呢一個收費咧好似好多。咁我哋咧Carlos 律師先生咧係有一個提議，我哋點樣可以慳呢個收費啦 ？OK，yeah。
Okay, thank you very much once again. We'll try to clarify what we just explained in the last video that was not clear.
Yeah.
So first of all, I would like to say that the card, the Golden Visa card, it's the same price as before, has not been changed. It means that all the investors that applying for the Golden Visa card will pay for the first card that will be valid for 2 years.
In Hong Kong, we call it pink card.
It's because of the color of the card, okay?
Yes.
It's not the correct term because it can make all the resident card in Portugal and all around the Europe have the same model. We approve in 26 countries the same model for resident card.
It's not a permanent resident card, it's just a resident card.
All the resident cards we have right now in Portugal are exactly the same model with the same color. Even a European card, a student card, we consider resident cards, one for the Golden Visa purpose, one for the student purpose, one for the work permits, all the cards, inclusive the permanent card that I will explain the difference, are exactly the same but are all pink color, more or less.
So you cannot really call this resident card pink card.
Many people they call pink card because of the color, something like that, but it's all the same model and the same color, and some have the difference are mentioned on the card. Like if you have a Golden Visa card, it's a pink card as well because it's the same model, same color. If you have a student card, it is a pink card and resident card. Okay, that the model are the same and the color are more or less pink, or more or less like orange or red. Okay?
So what you're saying, the cost that we were talking about, the increase of
let me explain. The price of the Golden Visa card, it's exactly the same. At this moment, it's 5,330 euros. The first card that will be valid for 2 years. Okay.
第一張卡係俾黃金簽證嘅居民卡，唔係永久居民卡，係居民卡。我哋咧香港所謂嘅粉紅卡，律師先生咧係嘉樂就話咧係唔應該叫粉紅卡嘅，因為咧好多學生簽證嘅卡啦，或者其他好多EU 嘅卡咧都係粉紅色嘅。咁但係咧呢一個我哋而家講緊係黃金簽證嘅居民卡 ，so Golden Visa Resident Card 個收費係冇變嘅 ，it's still the same.
It's still the same. So if you're applying for the Golden Visa, the price of the card, the first card, it will be 5,300 euros, and to renew that card will be valid will be have a cost of 2,600 something euros.
第一張卡
It's
係
half.
5300歐，第二咁係2年嘅，可以用到2年。第二張卡 the second card
And
is
even the
valid
third
for
card,
how long?
the second card is valid for 2 years.
Yeah,
So
I know.
every time you renew the resident card, okay, the pink card that you mentioned, it's a resident card, the Golden Visa. Every time you renew, it's valid for 2 years. Every time renew, and the price is 2,630 euros. Okay?
Yeah.
It's always the same. If you
Yeah.
renew for 10 years, it will be of course there's an increase of the price every year, something like 30, 40 years of the card, but that's the price at this moment. When you reach 5 years of holding a resident card or any other card in Portugal, you can apply for a permanent card. Okay, that the difference is here. So the first card 2 years, the second card 2 years, the third card 2 years. But when you have 5 years complete, you say, okay, I have this card 2 years, now I have another one 2 years. When you reach 5, you can say, now I'm eligible to apply for a permanent card. And here is the difference. This permanent card will be valid for 5 years.
So
Okay?
after you've been here for
5 years,
not been here, after you have been applying
For
basically
5.
3 cards.
Yeah.
After that 5 years, the
When you
duration
reach
of the
5 years,
years.
yes, you'll be eligible to apply for a permanent card.
When you do the permanent card,
And
永久居民證。
And then if you apply for the permanent card, that card will be valid for 5 years. The requirements are complete the 5 years of residence, have the certificate of language A2 level, okay, and have an insurance because you're not living here, but then you'll be eligible to apply for a permanent card. It's not compulsory for you to apply. You have several options. When you reach 5 years, you can do 2 or 3 things. You say, I don't want to pay 7,400 euros for a permanent card. I just want to renew my golden visa, and you will pay 2,600 euros. Okay?
Let me just repeat for the audience. So 即係依家咧，我哋講緊嘅永久居民卡咧，係當你申請緊黃金簽證5年之後咧，已經經歷咗攞咗。So after 5 years and having 2 or 3 cards, is it 2 cards, right?
Actually, it's two cards plus another renovation because it's 222, so you have a 6. But when you reach 5, so it means that you have first card, you make one renovation, and you make another second renovation.
You mean renewal?
Renew, yes. So when you reach 5 years complete, doesn't matter if your card is valid for 1 year or more or not. It just the law says reach 5 years complete, you have the right to apply for a permanent card.
Okay, so it doesn't matter how many cards you had.
As long as you reach,
and
that's why I'm telling when you reach 5 years. It doesn't matter if you have 1, 2, but because you renew every 2, you'll have 2, 2, 2. When you reach the 5th year, even you have 1 year more valid of your card,
Right.
you have the right to say, I'm eligible because I know how to speak Portuguese, I got the certificate of language, I have an insurance, I have enough money to support myself. This is the requirements for the permanent card, and I have complete 5 years, so I can apply for a permanent card. That card, if they grant it to the client, will be valid for 5 years after that date.
OK， 總之咧，你係申請咗黃金簽證5年咧，無論你有幾多張卡都好啦，總之你過咗5年之後咧，你就可以重新申請佢哋所謂嘅永久居民。係依家我哋講緊個永久居民證咧係加咗價，加到7000幾。咁呢個永久居民證咧可以俾你咧喺葡萄牙5年嘅期限嘅。咁如果你唔想搞即係申請呢個永久居民證咧，你係可以繼續去申請黃金簽證嘅。So you can continue renewing your card for extra 2 years.
Yes, as I told you, just imagine, you reach 5 years of residence at this moment and you have several options. Option A, I say, I want you to continue to renew for more 2 years. Option B,
Then you don't need to pass exam.
then you don't need to pass exam. Option
永久居民咧係一定要經過葡文同埋有賣保險嘅，你一定要係考試合格考葡文嚇。
Option B, you say, okay, I want to apply for a permanent card. If you choose to apply for a permanent card, on that moment you have to be aware that the card will be valid for the next 5 years, and you have to come to Portugal 35 days in these 5 years.
Okay.
But this card will have the cost of 7,455 euros.
Okay. So we have option C.
Option C, that is
Option B 咧就係呢個永久居民卡，你要俾7500差唔多7500歐元，因為已經加咗咁多啦嚇。How much was it originally? 200 something.
it's the situation as before. They don't have a special price for a permanent card for the golden visa holders. They give the price for the general law. You can request a permanent card, but you pay about 300 euros for that card.
之前咧係一視同仁嘅，依家咧係對於黃金簽證咧特登，你如果申請話永久居民嘅話咧，係由300幾變到依家7000幾咯。咁你一定要經歷個葡文試啦，同埋係有驗疏嘅。咁呢一個咧係可以有期限可以5年嘅。But what if we don't want to do any of this? Have we got option C,
You always have to do one thing: is renew your card, because most of the
Can we
the
just get
investors,
passport?
most of the investors, what I'm going to ask to tell you about option C,
Yeah,
you always have to renew your card.
right.
But just imagine, you are an investor, you tell me, my goal here is to achieve for the citizenship, okay?
Yeah.
Apply for the nationality, Portuguese, nationally applying for Portuguese passport. So,
係申請國籍。如果你想話俾嘉樂先生咧係想申請國籍嘅話咧
option C is the one that I've been explaining and telling my clients to proceed if it's their goal. Because it's the cheapest way. How is the cheapest way? You still have to renew your golden visa, but at the same time, you can also apply for the citizenship. Because when you apply for the citizenship, you have to be legal resident or have a legal resident card. So you renew for the golden visa normally, you pay 2,600.
Yeah.
At the same time, you apply for the citizenship. And then you just, if you do like this, just pay for renewal of the golden visa. If you say, can I apply for the permanent card and apply for the citizenship at the same time? Yes. But on this case, just imagine 1 year later, more or less, you'll be granted your citizenship, but meanwhile, you already pay 7,455 euros. Does not make any sense.
即係依家咧，卡羅先生咧係講緊第三個方法，就意思係咧，你去慳翻，咁咧就係繼續你去renew your golden visa，
Yes.
就用2000幾蚊咧，2000幾歐咧就繼續申請你嘅黃金簽證多2年，期間咧就申請葡萄牙嘅國籍。So how much is the fee for the citizenship for Portugal?
The fees at this moment in the government is 250 euros.
暫時嚟講咧，申請國籍
Of course, you
咧，
have to pay the legal fees for the lawyers that are taking care of the citizenship. It can depend from law firm to law firm, but I can tell you it should be much cheaper than the 7,455 euros.
OK，咁暫時嚟講咧，申請嘅國籍咧係 how much was it? 300 something? Did you say the citizenship?
The
200
250 euros.
係250歐元嘅啫。咁即係話咧，你繼續咧去renew， I don't know what it's called in Chinese，but 你繼續循環去申請黃金簽證嘅期間咧，你就去考葡品試。然之後咧，你就可以申請個國籍，咁就慳翻咧整呢個永久居民，咁亦都唔需要話俾7000幾咯。咁當然咧要俾律師費啦，咁但係個律師費咧係唔應該會好似7000幾咁多嘅。Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to just summarize what we're just talking about, and I'm going to be very
Brief.
brief, but let me explain something very simple. Okay, when you have a golden visa card, it means that the card is valid for 2 years, then you renew for more 2 years, and then you renew for more 2 years, and so on. When you reach the fifth year of legal resident card, you have 3 options. You continue to renew as a golden visa holder, and you pay 2,600 euros more or less for renew. You can apply at the same time for the citizenship, or you can apply for a permanent card. If you choose to apply for a permanent card, you have to pay 7,455 euros for the permanent card. I understand the permanent card will be valid for 5 years, but for the persons, for the investors that would like to apply for the citizenship, will not make any sense to spend so much money. That is my personal opinion. Of course, the client can choose whatever they want. My opinion, you should renew the golden visa and apply for the citizenship. If it's not your goal to achieve the citizenship, you just can continue to renew the golden visa card, and you have to stay 7 days per year as well, and 40 days on the renews on the total of 2 years. And if you have a permanent card, the only thing that can be think of is in 5 years, you just can come here one time, stay here 35 days, you don't need to come back anymore. That's the only difference. But in my opinion, it's not
So
too
why would
worth it.
anyone want to do the permanent residence?
Probably
getting the
they
passport?
just can stay 4 years out of the country, something like that. Don't need to come back.
Or is it because they're from China, they don't want to give up their citizenship in China?
Well, it
Or their
depends.
passport in China.
Depend country to country. But this is my personal opinion. If your goal is citizenship, don't need to waste so much time in immigration. If your goal is not the citizenship, you can consider. I don't mind to pay 7,400 euros for the permanent card, and I will not go to Portugal for the next 4 years and stay there longer.
即係意思咧，如果你係想要個永久居民證咧，係因為咧你唔想要葡萄牙嘅國籍咯。如果大家想要申請葡萄牙嘅國籍同埋要考埋葡文嘅話咧，你不如真係申請佢嘅國籍，攞佢 passport 好過你去申請佢嘅永久居民卡咯。So I hope that we clarify it and I hope everyone can answer most people's questions. And if you have any more questions, please comment below and we can have a little Q&A later. Okay, thank you, Carlos.
Bye bye.